anchor number three, and this one is huge. Separate learning from execution. Okay. So I heard this quote somewhere and I loved it. Information is the new procrastination. Because everybody just wants so much info. They want to learn so many new tools. Again, to Steve's point, Gemini seems to release some like incredible technology that I didn't even know could exist every week. And so I want to go learn that new thing. But then I remember, oh yeah, I have actual deadlines right now that need to be accomplished before I can learn that. So yeah, I might be better at today's deadline if I have more knowledge, but I have to get today's deadline done with what I'm capable of doing right now. Okay. So separating your learning blocks from your execution blocks is very, very, very important. And putting your execution time blocks first before you're learning, for me, that's really, really working well as well. And the forcing function for that is the deadlines. So what I'm finding is that I'm creating more deadlines for myself, and they're usually pretty urgent deadlines where other people are waiting for me to do stuff. That's when I'm at my best. It's not always comfortable, but it's when I get the most done. So the way I'm applying this principle, again, 3 steps. First one is I'm always thinking from the perspective of execute first. Work that generates revenue comes first. Okay. Yes, I need to learn. Yes, I need to adapt to new tools and I need to improve my skill set. That never goes away. That's always been true since my 17 years ago when I first started business. But the work that generates revenue goes first. And I time block my learning. So that's the second piece here. Learning is almost like a reward for getting the execution done because I like it. Learning and getting into these new tools and going down what Steve calls rabbit holes is a fun experience. I like doing it, but it can actually derail business targets if you're not careful. And I've seen that happen to me. It's like a whole day went by and I'm like, I didn't actually get my work done because I was playing around with vibe coding or something like that. And it's like, okay, stop. So learning is now a reward and it's contained to a window after the execution. So how this practically works for me is I do that thinking time, and then I usually go straight into my execution time, 2, 3, 4 hours of work that pays the bills. And then sometimes that goes longer. Things get busy. Staff want to have meetings, all these different things. But my learning comes later in the day. Yes, it's harder. I'm more burnt out. My brain is tired, but I can still learn because often it's watching a YouTube video or reading through somebody's course or whatever. It's not as hard as the execution type of work. The key here that ties it all together is deadlines. Deadlines are your discipline. So don't rely on willpower or I'm going to stick to this because I stick to things and I wrote it down in my journal and I'm going to do it. No, literally put deadlines in place. Make yourself be committed to some kind of deliverable. Like I have a meeting coming up, a little insider's knowledge here. We're making a bunch of changes to Tools Motivation. Again, some new product lines coming out. I have to have an actual prototype ready for the next meeting. If I show up to that meeting and it's not ready, it's a completely wasted meeting. I don't want to waste that meeting. That's not good for business. So I need to get my execution time done so that is ready to go at that meeting when there's going to be people listening to me talking. Okay. So these are the kind of deadlines that I put in practice all the time. And I'm doing it more, again, to ensure the execution happens. I've talked about this many times in the past, and I think some of you have as well, where you book the thing, you commit to the thing first, and then you figure out how you're going to do it. You say, I'm going to launch my new platform on February 1st, and then you stick to it. You do it. You tell your affiliates it's got to go live. There's no wiggle room here. And that's the way it goes. So we're just leveraging that forcing function so that your discipline is not just a nice to have, I'm a disciplined person. It's literally, I got to get this done or other people are going to be irritated or let down or worse, they're going to maybe suffer a loss in their business because of you. Not good, right? You don't want to be on the hook for that. So it prevents you from basically avoidance behavior or using information as procrastination, which I really love. Okay.